U.S. President Donald Trump has said he will lift sanctions on Turkey after the NATO ally agreed to permanently stop fighting Kurdish forces in Syria. Mr. Trump made the announcement as he defended his decision to withdraw American troops, saying the U.S. should not be the world's policeman. "We're getting out," Mr. Trump said at the White House, asserting that tens of thousands of Kurdish lives were saved as the result of his actions. "Let someone else fight over this long, blood-stained sand," he added. Mr. Trump warned that if Turkey does not honor its pledge for a permanent ceasefire, he will not hesitate to reimpose sanctions. Earlier this month, Mr. Trump halted negotiations on a trade deal with Turkey, raised steel tariffs back up to 50% and imposed sanctions on 3 senior Turkish officials in Turkey's defense and energy ministries. "The job of our military is not to police the world," Mr. Trump said. "Other nations must step up and do their fair share. Today's breakthrough is a critical step in that direction." https://t.go/78004G Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, October 23, 2019. Mr. Trump earlier in October ordered the bulk of the approximately 1,000 U.S. troops in Syria to withdraw after Turkey's President, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, told Mr. Trump in a phone call that Turkish forces were set to invade northeastern Syria. Turkey's goal was to push back the U.S.-allied Kurdish fighters. Turkey views the Kurds as terrorists and an ever-present threat along its southern border with Syria. The U.S. pullout was seen as an abandonment of Kurdish fighters, who have incurred thousands of casualties as they fought with U.S. forces against so-called Islamic State militants. The U.S. troops left, but the conflict was not without repercussions. Turkish soldiers with Turkey-backed opposition fighters on a building next to their flags in a town in northeastern Syria, Bakan Dha via AP. Mr. Trump's critics say he gave up American influence in the region and signaled to future allies that the United States is no longer a reliable partner. More than 176,000 people have been displaced by the Turkish offensive and about 500 IS fighters gained freedom during the conflict. "There were a few that got out, a small number relatively speaking," Mr. Trump said. "They've been largely recaptured. Turkey is taking control of areas of Syria that it captured in its invasion. Russian and Syrian forces are now overseeing the rest of the border region, leaving the United States with little influence in the region." Big success on the Turkey/Syria border. Safe zone created. Ceasefire has held and combat missions have ended. Kurds are safe and have worked very nicely with us. Captured ISIS prisoners secured. I will be making a statement at 11 a.m. from the White House. Thank you. For more on this story, visit the news article link.